How have you been?
I think in the midst of um, some pretty tough times, I'm good, and
Mhm.
I hope more people are than aren't right now.
Yeah.
I feel fortunate to say, when people ask that question, I definitely give that some thought and realize like,
Mm.
wow, I have been pretty good, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with everything that's happening, right? At least we're healthy and all of that. So that's something definitely to be thankful for. But obviously your fans in the Philippines miss you guys. It's been quite some time since you guys came back to the Philippines. So what do you remember most about your last trip to the Philippines?
Oh man, I remember it being beautiful, and great food. And I also remember it being too long ago.
Mhm.
I feel like I now thinking about it, it makes me want to get back to touring in general, but especially to come over there because it has been too long.
Mhm. Yeah, it definitely has been too long, but you guys are always welcome here when the situation is so much better. And we will promise to sing with all of you and hang out with all of you. But it's really cool to see that, despite everything that's happened in the last year, you guys have still been really working on music. So we are so excited for the new album, Scaled and Icy. And I thought the title was so unique and so different. So can you tell us the story behind Scaled and Icy?
Yeah, it is a bit unique.
Yeah.
But I think yeah, I think coming up with a album title is it's an interesting thing.
Mhm.
It can be kind of tough sometimes. And then, and you kind of land on something that you enjoy, and then you kind of have to live with that for a little bit, and then it just becomes normal.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I think just like any art, it can be interpreted any way you want, and I
Mhm.
think that's what's really cool about art. But I think that when the process of kind of writing and recording this album, um, and you really the kind of the state of the world, everything that we kind of see um, and witness is scaled back and isolated.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of yeah, in a way that's kind of what that album is, kind of short for, scaled back and isolated. And even down to the process of recording. Tyler kind of recorded stuff in his basement, and I recorded stuff at my home studio, and we were just all alone working on that stuff. So yeah, that's and there are layers and levels to the
Mhm.
meaning of the album title. But yeah, it's we're isolated right now, just having a meeting over the internet, and I can see your dog walking around where I
Yes.
normally I wouldn't in a traditional interview. So I like that.
Very personal space right now. But I mean, I love it too. I mean, if it weren't for the internet, we wouldn't be able to talk, right? But scaled back and isolated was not my first guess. So I love that that was the story behind it. And that makes us so excited for the album. So what can we expect coming from this new album from you guys?
Well, um, again, sort of this past year and a half, being the way that it was, I think, for a lot of people, it's been really tough, really dark, really scary, confusing. There's people getting sick and people dying, and those who aren't are, some people uh, are very scared and worried about getting it, or loved ones getting it. And so it's been, in some ways it's been tough for everybody, kind of trying to deal with this. And personally, music, I think, has been just super helpful and important for both Tyler and I. And in some ways, there is just music everywhere. I don't mind the dog. Um, but I think just what we felt kind of catered to this time, was just a little bit more colorful, a little kind of brighter sounding songs. And not to say that every song is just bright and colorful, but
Mhm.
felt like we needed some of that during this time. And so I think um, we've released the song "Shy Away," and that one is a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more colorful, and probably the most upbeat song on the album,
Ooh.
but still kind of fits in with, I think it fits in nicely with the rest of the songs.
Ooh, that's exciting. I mean, that's so true with everything that's going on. Bright and upbeat is something that the world really does need. And I can imagine, like, with the past year, you guys had a lot of time to try a lot of new things, especially with music. So, was there something that stood out to you specifically that you guys tried that was new for the new album?
Um, yeah, I think mm, I would say there's a song called "Mulberry Street"
Mhm.
that feels pretty different stylistically. Um, maybe maybe feels a little bit older style. I don't even know what it would date back to. Maybe maybe like the '60s or something like that.
Oh.
Um, and same with a song called "Good Day." They're both kind of sort of vintage sounding songs in a way. I
Mhm.
guess I would say. Um, and yeah, and those are a couple that I feel like are just areas that we haven't really ever fully explored, and
Mhm.
I was excited to, and I'm excited about those songs.
Ooh, that's so exciting. We are so excited now for the album. I mean, May can't come any sooner. But speaking of May, we're also really excited for the 21 Pilots live stream experience. So this is going to be like your first online kind of like thing for everyone and all of your fans. So what can we expect coming from the live stream? I can imagine there are a lot of preparations that went into it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and one thing I say is that the virtual or live concert thing has always been sort of tough. The idea of it for Tyler and I, because essentially we're losing a very important band member, which is
Mhm.
the audience. We've
Yeah.
always really relied on a crowd and our fans to really be part of the show. And when you take that away, you realize how big of a part they played, um, the whole time. And so the kind of the first thing we needed to wrap our mind around was, how do we accomplish this without that important band member?
Mhm.
And so we instantly had to start kind of shifting things and getting creative and trying to figure out ways for this thing to not be stale after like two or three songs. And so we put some things together to hopefully keep people's attention
Mhm.
and be exciting and visually captivating, and I'm really excited for it. And I never like to hype it up too much, because I don't want people's expectations to be higher than what it actually is. So we'll just say that it'll be all right. And if it's
Mhm.
anything better than that, then then people will be happy. So
No, for sure. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I know although like it's not physically there, like the fans aren't there, they're still gonna bring their A game. They're still gonna cheer for you guys. So I'm so excited for that. But speaking of the fans, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting your music, especially in the Philippines?
yeah, I mean, I want to say thanks for continuing to listen to our music and support us. And I know that it's been a little while since we've been there, and I miss you guys. And I I hope that live music comes back soon. And when it does, I hope that we can get over there and perform again, because you guys just have so much energy and passion for music, and that's always been inspiring to me. Um, so continue hanging in there, and we will too. And we hope to see you guys sooner than later.
Perfect. And on behalf of all the Filipinos, you guys are always welcome here. So we can't wait for you guys, and we can't wait for the new album, Scaled and Icy, coming in May as well. So thank you so much, Josh, for hanging out with me today.
Thank you. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for tolerating my dog.